Yo, what's good? You're 4-3 here back in the day, and today, guys, we are going to be taking a look at this right here. This is the Honda S800. This is the predecessor to the glorious and almighty Honda S2000. Honestly, I'm starting to think right now, I might buy a Honda S2000 someday, but this car was the affordable, rear-wheel drive, kind of slow sports car of the 1970s. I almost would call it kind of like the Miata of the 1970s. It was affordable, wasn't too terribly expensive, but you could have a lot of fun behind the wheel. I mean, just look at the thing. It is adorable. It is so adorable. Look at those big old headlight eyes. You look at those and you're like, man, that's so beautiful. And yes, that is a vinyl. That's not an actual vent on the side of it. Some of you guys might be wondering what's going on there. This is a design. I downloaded it. It's probably the #1 most downloaded design for this car at the time. It's very simple, very clean. I really enjoy it. It looks damn good. They did a good job with the Mugen logo. I really do appreciate it. But let's take a look at this car overall. So as you see, you've got a spare tire right there, easily, readily available. You don't really have to do all that much. I love the silver-plated Honda badging. In fact, I would actually, go ahead and put those in like a modern Honda. That would dope as hell. I mean, this car overall just looks amazing. But we're not here to just appreciate the looks of this car. We're here to appreciate everything else. Let's really quickly, though, before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. Oh my god. Look how nice, simple, and clean that is. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, man. I like it. I like it a lot. I can see myself behind the wheel of these, except for the fact that I'm 6 foot and weigh over 250 pounds. Probably wouldn't fit that well in that thing. So, without further ado, let's actually see how this thing handles on the track. So we're going to go ahead and start off doing 3 things with this car. The first we're doing is we are going to test how well it drives in its stock format. Then we're going to go ahead and test how it does with an A-Class road racing tune I threw together. And then we're also going to test how well it does with a A-Class off-road tune that I also threw together. So let's go ahead and talk about this in its stock format. So I have ABS brakes on here. I have all, quite a few things. It's not good. It does not feel very good at all. As you can tell, the body's got quite a bit of roll in it. I mean, this is a car from the 1970s. You would actually expect that. And it's convertible. It's a convertible, so it doesn't have as stiff of a chassis. So as you're driving around and you're going around corners, you're going to get a lot more body roll. It feels soft. It really does feel very soft. It's not very fast either. I mean, look at the lap times that we're posting. 56 seconds around here. The locks are breaking, or not the locks. I keep saying the locks for some reason. The brakes keep locking up. They are not very good at all. Especially if you're trying to do this with ABS. In its stock format, this car is god-awful. I don't even think it has disc brakes on the front. I think it's 100% drums. In its stock form, this car is not very good at all. I would never, ever recommend anybody drive this thing stock. I would do at least raise brakes on here to at least handle a little bit better. And also, stiffen up the chassis because there's way too much body roll. But now let's take a look at the stock format. Let's go ahead and take a look at the A-Class Racer. So taking a look at this car, this thing in A-Class is sporty. It just feels extremely quick, extremely fast, because, I mean, this thing is very lightweight, it's very small, it's very nimble. One of the main problems I have is actually staying within the zone of the racetrack because it's so nimble. It wants to just go. It wants to take these corners so easily. It's ridiculous. I mean, look at that. All I had to do was lift, no braking whatsoever. I'm going up against his Volkswagen bus, which is surprisingly very quick. I didn't know the Volkswagen bus was in the competition for like the fastest A-Class cars. I did not know that at all. But like, this is the time that I set with the Bone Shaker back in the day that I'm trying to beat right now. Is basically how this Volkswagen bus is. And that thing is going like crazy. But as you see right there, that's one of my main problems that I'm having with this car. Is it's so nimble. Is I'm missing checkpoints because I'm undershooting them. Like, I want to cut that corner so much. And that's a big problem that I'm having with this car in this tune, is that it's so nimble. It wants you to do that. It doesn't want you to go on these wider curves. It wants to take things so easily, so smooth. It handles like a fucking dream for the most part. I mean, it is rear-wheel drive. It wants to get its tail out. You know, it's a lot of power for a little teeny car like this. I mean, 7 horsepower or so was like taking it into S-Class. I mean, it's not a whole lot of power difference between this and just something that's absolutely bonkers. I think in B-Class and C-Class, this car could really find a home. But in A-Class, it's not too shabby either. I mean, 37s for this course are not bad. They really are not. In fact, we'll have to take a look at the leaderboard and see kind of where that puts us overall, because that took a little bit of work. 38s are really kind of where I was sitting at, but 37 I was able to hit by doing a hot lap, by getting a really good hot lap in. But I was having a problem with just how nimble this car is. It's different from a lot of the other cars here in Forza. It just wants to handle it superbly, like better than most of the cars in this game. And that's a problem that I actually have with it, which you wouldn't think would normally be a big deal. But my controller just died, so fuck me. So taking a look here at the leaderboards really quickly, I just wanted to go ahead and see kind of where this would go. So being in the 37s kind of puts us just about 4 seconds off the Lotus 340R, which is the fastest car around this track. And kind of going over here and taking a look at where my friends are standing with their times, a 37.781 is what we said in this. That puts us probably right around the 2,500 mark, just kind of looking right here between Ender of Subris and Boss Boom Box, who said a 37.571 in a BMW Z8 and a 38.422 in an Acura Integra. So I would say right around maybe the high 2,000s, the low 3,000s, out of like 44,000 people. Like, that's a lot of people, and that's a pretty damn good time to be setting with this car, and it handles phenomenally. It really and truly does. I love it a lot. I will say, I do think in A-Class might be a bit much for this car. I think it would really shine in B-Class, though. I'm going to make a B-Class race tune. I'm going to put that up. All of these tunes as well are going to be available on my storefront, so you can go ahead and download those as well. But now let's go ahead and see how it does off-road. So coming out of the gate, this little Honda in A-Class is phenomenal off-road. This thing is so good. I just beat my old record that I set in a Ford Raptor against Johnny Wanna in what appears to be a Porsche 959. Holy hell, this thing is actually really damn good, and I'm about to fucking do it again. Am I going to do it again? This wasn't even that great of a lap. And I'm going to beat Johnny Wanna again. I'm going to beat my old time, aren't I? I'm going to beat the time I just set. Oh my god, I did it again. Holy hell, this thing is fast. 56.390. That is actually really good. This thing is amazing off-road. I am in love with it. I mean, look at this. It handles so damn well. I am not using my e-brake at all like I normally do on these off-road builds. And this thing just handles like a dream. I am loving it. Loving this little Honda S800. Which, I mean, it is a slow, small, compact car. It's a compact sports car, essentially, with a roll cage. And I figured that would make it a damn good car. The Honda S800 might be a great choice for anybody out there looking to safari a vehicle. There's a Facebook page I follow called Safari All the Cars, and that page has always got some really dope builds on it. If anybody ever finds a Honda S800, although I bet you they go for collector car prices now, but like if you need to build an off-road vehicle and you can somehow get this thing converted to all-wheel drive, which yeah, this is all-wheel drive. I'm not rear-wheel drive right now. This is converted to all-wheel drive at the moment. So there is that. But it is doing phenomenally. I mean, look at that. Look at how it handles these. Now, I will say I do have better control off-road, I would say, in this game than I do on-road. I'm a better off-road driver. But overall, like, this thing is amazing. I love it. Like, that is such a hard corner to take most of the time, but look how easy this little Honda took it. Damn, it is such a fucking champion. This is a champion car, and I think I'm about to beat my time again. Am I going to set something in the 55s? Am I about to set something in the 55s? Oh my god, come on. Oh, so close. I was just a little bit slow. Oh, that would have been amazing. But off-road, guys, this thing it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. It is surprisingly amazing. I love it. I'm keeping this as an off-road build. I might build that I'm still going to build that B-class race car build, but off-road, this thing is dope as hell. So taking a look here at the leaderboards, I am a little disappointed as it appears we are still 7 seconds off the top speed, which was set in a Renault 5 Turbo Forza edition, which I'm wondering if that's actually a fake one because he doesn't even have it upgraded all the way to A800. He's just using that, but apparently he's up there. But it appears most people, aerial nomads are the fastest vehicle. The Quartz Regalia Type D is also up there. But and percentage-wise, we're not as good. But that's because fewer people have attempted to do this rival challenge where we've only got about 15,000 here versus about 45,000 for the road racing series. It comes in only at the top 8%. Position-wise, though, we are actually higher. Before, we were sitting around like 2,500 out of 44,000. Here, we're sitting at about 1,200 out of 15,000. Now, that's not great in comparison. But you would think, though, that a lot of the faster players would be the ones playing this by now. So you would think that maybe, just maybe, it's actually doing pretty well. This is like a testing ground. Like, not a lot of people go and do off-road lap times because there's so much more things that are intricate and involved with it. So I would say that actually, as an off-roader, I think it is a better off-roader than it is a road car. Granted, we haven't tested it as a B-class car yet, but I'm still going to lean towards it being an amazing off-road car. I mean, we were able to beat Johnny Wanna. Taking a look at my friends list over here, you know, we got Sushi and Jonk up there. They're both in aerial nomads. The Porsche Macan was also up there really, really high. Although, when you think about it, Ender of Subris is kind of who was actually behind us, I think, on the last one, to kind of put it in that, like, you know, 2,500 area. So, we're still even 2 seconds behind him, but he was using a dedicated off-road vehicle. I still think it's good. I still think that this is a very, very good car, and it wasn't a 959, it was a Volkswagen Karma Gia. I guess that's karma for me not knowing the difference. They're both German. They're both made by Volkswagen Group. They look very similar. I mean, you can understand that. But, I mean, 56, I guess, is not that good. But that's better than I did it in a Raptor several videos ago. I did, like, the Ranger Raptor versus the Colorado. And it did better than both of those trucks in A-Class. So I consider that a win. So I'm going to give the Honda S800 the surprising little off-roader that could. I love it. I really, really do. So that's where we're going to go and wrap things up for today. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you guys think of the little Honda that could? I love this thing. I really, really and truly do. I don't know. I got some hate comments for me talking earlier about how much I really like the Honda S800 and how excited I was to have it here in Forza. So, let me know, what do you guys think of the Honda S800? I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say. As well, if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gurf13 and Instagram.com/Gurf13. And if you like this video, go make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe when videos come out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye!